Hey guys, JPro here, and welcome. Forget waiting for the title card. Welcome to Pokemon Legends Arceus, or Arceus. I'm leaning more towards Arceus because of the Arc phone. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not the Arse phone. Welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Now I wish to know thine appearance. Yeah. What is thy name? Just the huge J. All is correct and as it should be. Yep. Pretty much. J. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon. J. Seek out all Pokemon, and thou shalt find me once more. Alright. I have played through this game in its entirety before, and I do plan on going through and catching every Pokemon. This is definitely the best Pokemon game we're gonna be playing on the Switch. Wake up! Oh, do wake up, won't you? Are you alive, my boy? Yes. You gave me quite the shock falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness, you seem unharmed. Who are you? I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky. You understand? Come now, who in the world does that? I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I don't know. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? I don't know. So you don't know anyone here, and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? I don't know what to do. Why the fuck did he look so devastated? I mean, okay, never mind. It's fair. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Oh my, I've completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these 3 runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. Ah, but do you even know what a Pokemon is? Of course I do. My, that's a relief. they fell from the sky, it seems we have some common ground, eh? Yes, well, these three Pokemon belong... Yeah. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. These three Pokemon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh, yes, and what might your name be? Oh, so you're called Jay. The name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Leventon. I am something of a Pokemon professor. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as these three Oh, blast and bother, my darling Pokemon! Why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you! Wait, you three! Wait! Okay. There's a glowing, beeping object over there. Honestly, these textures do not look too bad. I don't know if I really... Okay, those aren't fantastic, but still. I don't know if I played this in... the dock that much. This looks pretty good, actually. A lot better than I remember. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Orc phone and thy mission. Seek out all Pokemon. Look at this. Alas, yet another miss! Aha! I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. Tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. Okay. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it's surprised or irate. The Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Oh my! I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing, how to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my boy, Pokeballs! Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. 50. That's generous. But that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize, let me be more thorough. Now I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon and... why, the Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball, comfy as can be. With that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my three runaways. Now, the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon and let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. Oh, wonderful! You've caught a Pokemon! Seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Jay. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. Why would I be? The others are around here. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, they're in this area. I see. I can hardly believe it, Jay! Incredible! You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catch them. Bravo indeed! Just 1 more to go. Let's wrap up this sharpish, shall we? Wrap this up. That is what... What? Ah, yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old boy. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village, almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, Jay, I was taken aback by how you use Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here and now. Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an Arc phone, you say? What an odd device! Could it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. See, I've a dream. To compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research, containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. Enter you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come now, what do you say? Shall we help one another out, my boy? You've convinced me. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We've a Pokédex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your lodgings and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me then, onward to Jubilife Village. Thank you for your tireless work keeping us safe, my good guardsman. Sorry about that, guys. This young man was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing him into the village for a bit. This way, if you please. Jubilife Village. It's come a long way, thanks to the fine people of the Galaxy Expedition Team. Understand you must be more than attached. The fuck are you saying? This road we're on now is known to the locals as Canala Avenue. This village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much to do and yet not many to do it. Since we know so little of the local Pokemon, people hesitate to set foot outside the village. Now, that impressive building up ahead of us is Galaxy Hall, headquarters for this entire outfit. Is that lady okay? Oh. Oh, botheration! I'd almost forgotten! I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might I ask for you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past this bridge here. Then to the left. The Wallflower, it's called. Not sure where you need to go next. Nice. Now, I know that this is pretty much just Pokemon. This really is like what Pokemon Violet wishes it was. It's Pokemon Breath of the Wild. Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? The Wallflowers for Galaxy Team, folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Who are you? I've never seen anyone dressed like you are. What if you were to be attacked by Pokemon? You'd be minced meat in those flimsy clothes. If the guard let you through, you must have ties with somebody in the village. Perhaps you've met Professor Leventon? He's a scholar from a faraway place. His Pokemon do get away from him at times, though. It makes me a bit worried for him. I suppose I'm hardly one to talk. I've had some trouble with Pokemon myself. I was hit by a Pokemon move called Thundershock not long ago and had to take to my bed. But the professor, well, I do wonder how long he'll last. Unfortunately, it's just as Akari says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Professor! But everything will be quite alright now. Jay here has agreed to help us out, with our Pokédex. Excuse me, you plan to appoint him to the Survey Corps? You can't just slap a badge on whoever you like without Captain Silene's permission. I'll allow it. Captain Silene? Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I am the captain of Galaxy Team's Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. Professor Leventon has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. And now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Oh, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite all right. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi if you please, but make it for 3 today. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please.
Professor Leventon, when exactly did you meet our visitor here?
Ah, well, you know of that great hole in the sky, the one people call the space-time rift? Our new friend fell right out of it.
You can't be serious.
Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region.
That there are, in the grass, in forests, by water, or wherever they like. Our job as the Survey Corps is to research them and find out what kind of creatures they are.
Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. But it's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Jay will come in. He successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest.
3? We have a hard time catching even 1 when wild Pokemon come after us.
Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well. And it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying this a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill, Jay. And think, if you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. Alright. Good. Good to know. That was quite delicious. Quite delicious indeed.
Yes, the food was lovely, but more importantly, you do remember that Jay has a trial pass to join the Survey Corps, don't you?
Not to worry. I have complete confidence in Jay's skills.
Let's hope it is not misplaced. Jay, was it? For tonight, at least, we will provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. But if you fail to pass the trial we put to you tomorrow, you must move on. You will be expelled from the village to meet your fate, and perhaps your death in the wilds.
Seems a little harsh, huh?
Captain Silene's someone like Hisui, in that they're both quite harsh.
Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons and we sleep in here. Imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night.
Yes, good night. A rift in the sky. People falling from it. The world is full of mysteries.
I'm glad I finally get to play this game. Here we are. Don't wish your toils to be forgotten. Diligent record keeping will save you from such a fate. Okay. Yes, rest until tomorrow morning. Uh-oh. Huh. The next day.
Good morning, Jay. Are you up? Quite some lightning last night, wasn't it? Today's the day of your trial, so let's give it our all. What lovely weather we've got. I hope you had a nice sleep, even if this land is strange and new to you. Let's get to headquarters. Captain Silene is waiting.
Alright. The intro to this game is pretty slow, I'll admit.
Survey Corps offices are here on the first floor. Don't give up! Keep those eyes open!
The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. Sent out my partner Pokemon, but against the whole pack, outnumbered.
This is what happens when you go so far afield. The medical corps will put you to rights. That man's with the security corps. Even with his own partner, he took a beating from wild Pokemon. Without a partner Pokemon of your own, you might find this trial particularly trying. Captain Silene, Jay's here.
You may enter.
Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon. Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Catching 3 Pokemon from the start? I don't think the Galaxy team has ever managed that.
Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for him. The professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field.
That satchel doesn't exactly match your mode of dress.
Akari!
I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry.
Okay. Pardon, Jay. Come with me a moment. Alright. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone.
Is something the matter, Professor Laventon?
In order to complete our Pokedex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Jay absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've got just the ticket to help accomplish that. Yeah, I know what they say. Go on, Jay. Pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they're rather curious about you. Well, my boy, Which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? Do you want Cyndaquil as your first partner? Yes. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach for me will now be yours to keep. Good show! I've tucked Cyndaquil back inside its Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. Hey. Word of advice, my boy. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. They look as if they're cheering on their friend Cyndaquil. Or perhaps they're jealous that it gets to help you out with your trial. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village when Shay fell out of the sky, after all. Well, not to worry, you two. We'll have you assist me with my research for now. By the by, what species has Captain Silene charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing! All three of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial, then. How many do I have now? 66. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time.
I guess you're finally ready. You'll have to leave the village for your trial. Turn left after you exit headquarters, then head for the gate.
Alright. Well, I think I'm going to call it here for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!